Hello, traders. Hello, viewers on the Facebook. Hello, on the YouTube. Sorry. Hello to all. We are just beginning the third quarter of the year. Today we have Monday, first day of the month, first day of the week, first day of the third quarter. And it would be an interesting week, at least because of the payrolls and data coming from the labor market in United States. So we'll see what happens later because we have ADP on Wednesday, then we have the payrolls on Friday, but also we have some elections, we have some information from Europe. Generally, this week might be interesting. Before we go to our session, our scalping session, I would like to show you the calendar because the calendar always gives us some hint what can happen. Yeah. So let's open the box of the calendar and we will see what's going on. First thing is that today we already had some data from France, from Italy, and so on. And here's the day. It's second, yeah. And here's the Friday, yeah. I don't know, June, where is July? Oh, here's July, good. Oh, why it's jumping, yeah, good. And Friday and Monday. Okay, let's see the first 3 days. Today we have also some information from Germany. It will be in 3 hours from now, so we might have maybe some slight movements on the charts, especially for euro. Inflation data is always important, and Germany is the biggest economy in Europe. Probably the level of inflation in Germany could be also an indicator what will be the inflation rate in Europe, in Eurozone totally, which we will see in few days later. And of course, the manufacturing PMIs from United States for also might be a bit volatile, but this is not something which can change the markets for sure. But tomorrow, as I mentioned, today we have the inflation rate from Germany, and tomorrow we'll have the inflation rate from European Euro area. This is important when the ECB, the European Central Bank, is making the decisions, the monetary policy decisions. Is of course the inflation is one of the most important numbers. And we see that expectations are that the inflation will be slightly lower than it was a month ago. But I hope that even maybe it will be even better because at the moment we see that many companies are lowering the prices because they had problems to sell their goods. So maybe the inflation is now coming back to the limits of 2%, which is the target for the European Central Bank. As long as we don't have inflation at level of 2%, the ECB cannot cut the rates too much, but still they plan to cut the rates, we'll see. And of course, Mr. Powell, I don't know what he will be speaking about, but for sure, Mr. Powell is the most important person of the Fed. His speech will be important, even if he speaks about weather. So, because the whole world is listening to his words, trying to find a hint when they will start cutting the rates, or maybe they want to hike the rates. Who knows? So tomorrow, Fed Chair Powell's speech, very important in my opinion. Let's go further. I wanted to show you on Wednesday we have the FOMC minutes. We had the FOMC meeting and the Fed decision already 2 weeks ago, but after 2 weeks we see the protocols, we see the minutes where in details is shown who what said, what was the position of this member, So it's very important if we can find in those minutes something more than we already know about the last meeting and last monetary policy decision. So be aware that this also might be slightly bullish. Okay, I think that's enough for this 2 days or 3 days of the beginning of the month. Now, I think that we can come back to the presentation. I will say a few words about the strategy itself, and then we'll go to the charts, because I think that today might be a good day for scalping. I don't expect some high volatility, and that's why it might be good if we can find an instrument to scalp it both ways. We can buy, we can sell on the same instrument. Because usually on Mondays, markets are moving in a range. I said usually, what doesn't mean that always, but we can be prepared that today, especially on crosses, we can see some consolidation, and maybe we can, in those narrow consolidation, we can maybe open something. Good. I see some questions, some people already on the chat as I. Yes, it is Mr. Nikitas. Hello, Mr. Danushka. Dele, hello. Danushka says, I try to scalp on Aussie Kiwi 5 minutes. Could you please check it? Okay, we'll go for a moment to Aussie, and then we'll come back to the theoretical part, because the theoretical part is probably already most of you know how this strategy works. It works in this way, that I'm using this double column MACD, which is here on the bottom of the chart, and I'm watching the price action. If the price is creating a new high, but after the candle is closed, MACD turns to bearish, then it's usually a good signal to sell. Or of course, it could be also a good signal to buy. This double column MACD looks like this. It's very similar to the one you have in your platforms. The only difference is the changing of the color, but the values are the same. And if there's somebody here who doesn't have this MACD, or maybe wants to use it, so you can download it from this channel. I'm happy that I checked my results for scalping, and I must say that this year on the scalping account, my results are really good. I think those are the best results I had in the last few years. Why? Because I'm strongly following the rules. The rules are very simple, but even if they are simple, some people cannot stay to the rules, and they try to avoid something. They want to have their own ideas. No, the setups are very easy to find. And if they match the assumptions, you can trade it. If not, leave it. Don't touch it. And the rules are like this. Candle, which I call candle number one, must create a maximum. When the candle is closed, it should change the MACD to bearish. And then you can start selling. Very simple, yeah? But very many people are trying to trade too soon. They are not waiting for the candle to close. And sometimes the candle is showing that it's changing to bearish, but 15 seconds before closing it, it starts to grow again, and then we have a problem. No, be patient enough to wait for the candle to close. And of course, this strategy works both sides. You can use it also as a buy signal in the moment when MACD turns to bullish, and it happens not far away from the low of the swing, then you can buy. You shouldn't buy if this, let's say, the signal on the MACD comes on this candle. It's too far from the low. You should be enough patient to wait for a really good setup. Okay, now let's go to, in this case, let's go to our charts, and let's find Aussie with Kiwi. Let me find it. Aussie Kiwi, here it is. And I also closed 12 pips on it today. but I wasn't scalping. Let's see what's happening on the 5-minute chart. Uh, Danushka says I try to scalp on 5 minutes, but tell me what direction you were selling or buying, because I believe that you were trying to sell here on this candle, probably. Okay, it was not a bad signal. I agree, because it was on the top of the MACD high level, and here you probably entered a short position. Well, it doesn't look at the moment too nice, because we see that we have a, let me change this color to red. Okay, so probably you mentioned this entry, but this was the candle you closed. I think that you made everything like you should. It means that you were trading like the rules say. It didn't work. Okay, it happens. There are no strategies which will give you 100% entries, but probably you still have a chance to profit, because we have a strong supply zone here. This supply zone probably will not let the price go higher, at least for some time. So there is still a chance that you can profit from it, especially that look that we have a divergence here. When you look at this maximum here, and maximum here, and maximum here, and maximum here, we have a divergence. MACD is falling while price was going up. So I think that it's still a good setup. It's still a good setup. A divergence is always a big advantage in any trade, also in scalping. This situation reminds me a situation which I showed some time ago here on this chart. It will be a setup with a divergence, okay? This is a setup with a divergence. You can see that price is creating a new maximums, and MACD showing new maximums, but this maximum is lower than this. So we can draw such an arrow. And here, this maximum is, and this is higher. This is showing up. This we call a divergence. So on the first red bar here, a divergence begins. And I believe that you at the moment, we are having such a moment on this Aussie with Kiwi. We have a divergence, and let's hope it's few seconds left. If this candle will close on red, there's a big chance that we have another bearish candle. But in case of this setup, you should have your stop loss in the zone, supply zone, and your target. I'm afraid that the target would be this moving average, because this moving average was looks not bad, because it was broken here in an easy way, and then look, it served here like a resistance, and now it might work like a support. So be aware that if it's gonna go down, it might be that they will stop somewhere here. That's my opinion, of course. You will do what your decision is, if you keep it longer or close it or not. But if I would have this trade opened, I wouldn't target further than this moving average. Look, that this moving average is working here many times like a support, and then after they broke it, it worked like a resistance, and now again it might work like a support. Mr. Danushka is asking, can we call there is a one moment. Can we say that there is a hidden divergence with the previous top? Yeah, it looks a bit like a hidden divergence. I agree, because we have here a top and a top. It shows us like this.